Hey guys, and should I say ho ho ho? This is a horrible sweater. Hey guys, I'm Yes or No, and basically I just want to talk about the myth of living in Europe. That's right. It's not like what you see in the movies. No Game of Thrones, no Chronicles of Narnia. Everybody ends up dead. Wait. I thought that was how Game of Thrones ended. Oh yeah, and that's also tragically how life ends. But no! I wanted to address this idea that many Americans have about Europe, that if they were suddenly to move there, then all of their problems would go away and life would be a fairy tale. And where would they get that idea? I don't know. Meghan Markle? But think, even Meghan Markle has problems. Brexit. British food. Need I say more? You know what? Her life doesn't have any problems. But you're not Meghan, and so your life will probably end in a different way. So, I'm about to be that unsolicited doctor you'd never asked for and give you that big dose of reality. Because I've been living in Europe for a while. I moved from Paris to Munich. Was in Paris for about a year. Been in Munich for about a year and a half. I got some deets. I'll spill some tea. So basically, I'm obsessed with this idea that a lot of Americans romanticize the idea of moving to Europe, right? They think, oh wow, life is so perfect in Europe, and if I would just move out of my cruddy office job and there, everything would be amazing. But what they don't realize is living in Europe on the day-to-day basis is actually a lot like living in America, except with a lot more logistical problems. In fact, a lot of the times, it's just got me feeling like, ugh. Okay, and I'm also not gonna sit here and pretend like there are communal European problems, right? Because every single European country is its own country and the cities are all different. But I can say that, like, for example, me being here in Germany, I get peeved by a lot of things. The thing that's got me going, ugh, over here, well, there's a couple of things, right? Like, water's not free, ugh. Or Germans think that normal water is bubbly water. Ugh. Or here, the nightly news is probably like the most boring thing that you've ever watched in your entire life, but every single person in the country watches it. Ugh. But probably the biggest of them all is the foreign language, right? Like, it is a daily problem for me where I will be hanging out with friends and then suddenly, like, a friend will want to tell a story better to another friend in their native language. Understandably so. And so they'll switch to German, but then I'm just on the sidelines for 5 minutes being like, hey team, what happened? Fam. But now imagine that like 3 times a day, every day for 1.5 years. It wears on you. But the thing is you're the one there in their country, right? So you're the one expected to adapt. And that's very stressful. And the annoying thing is that you read all these little articles online about people who popped over to Europe for like a hot minute, a hot year, a hot whatever, and then they come back to the States and they're like, Europe changed me. You know, like a caterpillar to a butterfly coming out of its cocoon. Like, I'm gorgeous now. You know, and these people writing these articles give everyone the impression in the United States that like, wow, I would love to be there. Like, that's where dreams happen. I could be anything. You know, I could be a unicorn. That's not what it's like. And in fact, these stories even serve to frustrate you more when you're in it in the moment, right? When you're like, why am I not experiencing this great transformation everybody's talking about? You know, so I just wanted to be a voice of reason, you know, or a voice of ranting to let you kind of know what it can be like sometimes. Even if you go to a country that speaks your language, it's still a different culture. And sometimes that's even more stressful because you're like, why do they look so much like me and sound so much like me and even speak the same language, but are doing all these things in a completely different way? But I just wanted to give you an honest recap, right? This isn't La La Land. You're not in the movies. This is real life, son! That's enough ranting. I better stop before Santa gives me lumps of coal this year. Actually, I don't even think that's what Santa does here. There's like some monster in German literature where like if you're naughty, he actually like comes and eats you or something. So I don't know. Stakes are higher here in Europe. Gotta be nice. Also, Christmas isn't even the 25th in Germany. It's like the 24th. Ugh.